The AI in Escape from Tarkov can be extremely challenging, especially when you're talking about raiders and scab bosses, who have pinpoint accuracy and can even rush you or aggressively hunt you down. But by far, one of the most challenging AI groups in the game is cultists. Like other boss AI in the game, cultists come equipped with the same laser beam accuracy, high health pools, top-end armor-piercing ammunition, and best-in-class armor, but with one major difference, which is their behavior and ability to move completely silently. But if you thought that this is a challenge that's too difficult to tackle, or that cultists are a threat that should be avoided at all costs, keep watching, as I have developed a nearly surefire way of not only defeating cultists, but farming them. And you know what they say, with great risk comes great reward. To reliably farm cultists with a nearly 100% survival rate, the best possible location I've found is the health resort on Shoreline. Some have had success with customs cultists, but I've found that Shoreline offers the most secure environment for killing the cultists. First, let's cover their behavior. When you first encounter cultists at the health resort, they're typically outside of one of the two wings. At West Wing, a priest and 2 sectants will be near this dumpster, directly to your right as soon as you pass through the outer fence. Another sectant will be farther down the fence line, usually in the bushes. And a 5th sectant will be somewhere to the left of the hole in the wall that leads into the West Wing. At the East Wing, a group of cultists will almost always spawn around the small shack and fire truck near the front entrance to the wing, although one can actually be inside of East Wing, near the static dead scav on the first floor. Keep in mind that these positions are simply their spawn positions, and when the cultists have not been shot at, and no PMC has come close enough to aggro them. Once this happens, the cultists can run all over the place, including behind the resort and down hallways. When encountering the cultists, it's extremely important to hold your fire. They may all look directly at you, and you might feel like you'll be ripped to shreds at any moment. But trust me, they will not fire or chase you unless you come within just a few meters of them, or if you shoot at them first. If the cultists are blocking your entrance to the wing that you're trying to enter, find an alternate route inside the building. At this point, I recommend looting the resort as usual, and taking care of any PMC threats in the area if there are any. The cultists will not bother you as you move through the resort, and they can actually act as guards, protecting their immediate area from other PMCs. Once you're confident that the resort is secure, and that your farming will not be interrupted, it's time to move into position. For the West Wing, I recommend that you make your stand in this office, which is very close to the hole in the wall that leads out of the resort. And for the East Wing, I recommend the small gym bag room that is very close to the main entrance of the wing and diagonal from Sanitar's office. These 2 rooms will be your fallback locations after you aggro the cultists, and while in these rooms, it is extremely important to stay crouched. Do not stand up for any reason, as once cultists begin to silently move around, it's possible for them to get behind your room and shoot you through the windows. Once your safe room is secured, it's time to draw aggro. There's several ways to do this. You can safely peek the cultists without them shooting you and shoot 1 bullet into the head of a visible cultist. Make sure you are using a round like 7.62 BP or any other round that does at least 50 damage so that you can one-tap the cultist. Immediately crouch if you're in your safe room. If not, immediately fall back to your safe room and close the door behind you while crouching. You will not hear them coming, but 1 to 3 cultists will now track you down into your safe room. The first thing you'll see is their head or part of their body clip through the door. If you are quick, it's best to take out a cultist with a headshot before they've even opened the door, and remember that your bullets will penetrate the door. Cultists can wear slicks and hex grid armor, so headshots are best. If you're too slow or multiple cultists have rushed you, they may actually manage to open the door. You may have a moment where the cultists will essentially be waiting for the door to fully open before they begin to open fire. So put them down quickly and close the door as soon as you're able to. If you're doing this with friends, communicate with your buddies and make sure that one person is watching the door while the other reloads. Once your reload is complete, they can reload.
I'm reloading.
Oh. Alright, gonna reload.
Since cultists move silently, you'll have 0 warning when one is about to push, and cultists sometimes take quite a long time to push you, so keep your guns trained on the doorway for at least a minute or 2. And always make sure that the door is closed. If the door is open, they will sprint through the doorway and immediately kill you before you have time to react. This method is completely reliant on a closed door that serves as an early warning system. There is always a total of 5 cultists, no more and no less. Once you are confident that no more are pushing, you may need to draw aggro again. The safest way that I've found is to throw grenades at their positions, or to overhead blind fire at them. There will be times where the cultists have moved or simply aren't drawing aggro, and you may need to peek them. Move towards their spawns extremely slowly and cautiously. Slowly peek angles, as cultists can kill you extremely fast. If you're confident that only one remains, you can kill them wherever they are hiding. But if there are multiple, try to shoot at one once, and then retreat back to your safe room and they all might come. Once you have 5 bodies accounted for, you just need to loot them and then be on your way. Cultists can have extremely valuable loot. Besides their high-end guns, armor, and ammunition, the cultist priest, who wears a cowled cloak, will have boss pockets, or basically very large pocket containers. He can regularly carry both the dorm's marked room key as well as the RB PKPM key, or both at the same time. A few sectants will come equipped with backpacks that can have random loot inside of it, including high-end items, GPUs, or color-coded labs cards. I found that this method has a better success rate than any other method of farming cultists, and they also seem to spawn at the resort quite often. So if you used to run from the spookiest boys in Tarkov, give this method a try, and after a few attempts, you will rejoice every time you see the hooded figures laying in the grass. If you have a method of your own for dealing with the cultists, make sure to let me know in the comments. As always, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on new content, and swing by our Discord to join our awesome community. I'm late for my evening scripture study lessons the cultists are holding down at the Swamp Chapel, so until next time, I'm Jeff with EUL Gaming. Good luck out there.